Hey guys, so today we are going to be doing a everyday makeup routine. My hair looks kind of rough. Oh no. So we are going to be doing an everyday makeup routine today. I have not done one of these like ever. I have two everyday makeup routines. One which is a bit more simple, which is a bit more of like a 5-minute one. And then the one that I'm going to be showing you today, which is a bit more of a 10-minute one. So not much of a difference, but the look definitely comes out a little bit different. But yes, so I'm excited to show you guys this. I have not been using certain tools and everything, so I just wanted to like pop this up, and this is like going to be one of my last videos in front of my bed, so I wanted to do this video. So yeah, please give this video a thumbs up if you are excited, and subscribe down below, and let's get on into the makeup. Okay, so my hair, I actually just did a curly hair routine, so go and watch that, but it's a little bit voluminous, so I'm going to tie my hair back. I also use my hands a lot in this routine, so I make sure to wash my hands before I touch my face, because that's kind of sanitary, you know? Okay, so I'm bare skinned. So let's jump into the bag of goodies. So this is a Zoella beauty bag. This is limited edition, and I got it at BeautyCon. So I don't know if it's still available, but I believe it is until like, I guess it is October, but I'm not sure. But for primer, I have two primers that I like to use. This e.l.f. HD Mattifying Balm, and then the Too Faced Hangover Primer. This is my favorite primer ever, and I just put this in a couple of spots because it is a mattifying primer, but I feel like it kind of like fills my pores a little bit. It's not supposed to be for that, so like don't be buying it for that, but I feel like it kind of like definitely like blurs them a little bit. So yeah, I'm gonna use both of these, and I've also heard that the e.l.f. The like hydrating primer or whatever is like supposed to be a dupe for this, so I'm almost out of this. So once I run out of this, I'm going to try the e.l.f. dupe, and if it doesn't work, then I'm gonna buy this again because I love this stuff so much. It is so moisturizing. So I'm just gonna do like a little pump and a half, and I'm gonna rub this all over my face a lot. I'm gonna rub it under my eyes. I just find this to be so nice and like brightening and hydrating. Like it looks like my skin just took a drink of water. Like I just dunked my skin in water and it soaked it all up. That's how I feel like my makeup looks after I use this, so I love it. And I also use a little mirror like this. I don't get how people use like little hand mirrors from their products and stuff. I need at least a decent mirror like this, and then I also sit in front of my full-length mirror, so like two mirrors. So then after I've applied that, I'm gonna go in with my e.l.f. HD Mattifying Balm. Let me show you the name just so you can get it if you want to. And I find actually like when I actually put it on my nose, my makeup breaks apart all over my nose. Like do not put it on your nose. My makeup just breaks apart, which is funny because it looks so nice like right next to my nose, but definitely a hit or miss product. And it's like this weird like paste, I guess you could say. And as I say, I don't use these things. I usually don't. And I'm just gonna pat this in like right next to my nose and out, because that's where a lot of my pores are more visible. So I just take a little bit and I do that. Okay, so now I'm gonna go in with foundation. I have not been using a beauty blender recently, which is crazy for me. But yeah, so I've been using this Laura Gellar Quench and Tint. I was looking for a foundation that I can just put on with my fingers, just because like by the time I'm already sitting down and everything, I don't want to wet my beauty blender, and I'm basically lazy. That's the moral of the story. So this actually went on sale during the 24 days of beauty or whatever at Ulta, and I flippin' love this stuff. It is really nice. It is in the shade light. This is definitely not a foundation for pale people, because I was going in there thinking I'd be light medium because I had a bit of a tan, and no, I was most definitely light, because this is not for light people. So I just take probably like that much, a good amount, and I'm just gonna dot this on my face. trying to use a viewfinder as a mirror and it's not working well. Dotted all over my face so you guys can see. I kind of like rubbed it in a little bit, and now I know a lot of people are going to hate me for this, but I'm just going to rub it in with my fingers just because it's a lot faster. And I do not recommend this with just like a normal foundation, but with like a BB cream or CC cream or just like a foundation like that, I would, you know, it's not that big of a deal if you rub it in with your fingers. So yeah, I do not recommend doing like a full coverage foundation with your fingers. But I actually did try and use this with a wet beauty blender. I'm gonna take a little bit more. And it, like, on homecoming night, and it did not look good. So I actually think that this is a bit more of a brush foundation if you aren't gonna use your fingers. But yeah, the beauty blender kind of made it break apart. Maybe if you use a dry beauty blender. But yeah, so I'm just going to rub this and pat this in. It's definitely not a full coverage foundation. It's very light coverage. But I really like it. I probably should have cleaned my mirror, but we're living on the edge. Okay, I'm back. My hands are washed. Usually it's a lot easier when I just have a makeup wipe right next to me. But my makeup wipe is, I don't know. So here we are. Okay, so now you can see my skin a little bit more up close. It still looks really good. And for a while, like when I first tried to film this video, I was tapping my Tarte Shape Tape in with my fingers, and it looked so much better than when it did with a beauty blender. It was so much more full coverage. Like, it was so good when I was tapping it in with my fingers. But for my like other routine where I just do like concealer and everything, I started using this brush and I really liked it, and it still gives me that very full coverage effect a lot more than a beauty blender does. So I definitely recommend like this with a beauty or with your finger or something. Just try it out, see if it works for you, because honestly it worked so good for me. Like, everything was so full coverage, which is really nice since my foundation isn't very full coverage. If I needed to cover up like my under eye bags, my pimples and everything, that it just really goes in. So I'm just gonna do my under eyes, and I have a couple pimples down there, and then I do a little bit on my forehead, just to give myself a bit more coverage on my forehead, a little bit on my chin, and then if I have any imperfections going on. And then I use this brush. This is a oh, what's her name? She's like the most iconic person ever. Why can't I remember her name? But it's this brush. Oh, why can't I remember it? She has like a whole line. I was gonna say Britney Spears, but it's not. I got it at BeautyCon, and I really enjoy these brushes. At first I did not like this brush that I'm using right now, but I have like really grown to love it. Like, it just blends in my concealer so flawlessly. Like, even if I rub it like this, it doesn't give it streaks. So I really like it. I was not a fan applying my foundation with this brush though. But if there are any like places that I didn't get with my fingers or whatever, this just kind of helps blur it out. But like when it's just like liquid foundation, not a fan, because this is like a bit of a thicker consistency. Now I am all baked up. So I have been using both of these. I kind of go like back and forth, so it just kind of depends. So the Too Faced Peach Powder, and then this is an Estee Lauder translucent thing. So I'm going to start off with this actually. And I have this little beauty blender, and it's dry. And I take this, and I'm just going to bake with it. This stuff has lasted me forever. I probably use it like almost every day since April, and it's still like halfway full. Can you guys see that? Like, it's still pretty full. So, and I use quite a bit. So I use about that much. So I use like very little amount of tools and brushes and everything. So I'm just going to put this right under my eye to make sure that I don't crease. That's the main reason that I do this. I love this powder. It smells so good. Like, definitely repurchasing it. And then I also put it on my smile lines so that they don't crease. And then I put it on my forehead so that won't crease. And I just like pack it under my eyes and just I kind of blend it out, but I kind of let it sit there at the same time, you know what I mean? And sometimes if I have extra, depending how much I get on here, I'll go into my eyelids too. Otherwise I'll just go into a regular powder on my eyelids. But since I have more on here, and then I'm just gonna like, since I got so much extra powder, I'm just gonna like powder all over my face. Usually if I don't get enough powder or whatever, I just go in with my Rimmel London, which I'll still do it to show you, but my Rimmel London translucent powder, and I take my beauty blender and just like swipe it in there. But yeah, so I'm just gonna make sure everything's all powdered up. And I have not been wearing eyeshadow or concealer lately just because my eyelashes, or eyeshadow or mascara, because my eyelashes were turning really brittle and they were just breaking off all the time, and I just have stopped doing that. So I just kind of like wipe the powder or concealer or whatever product is on my eyelashes. My eyelashes are actually pretty good. Kind of a fan. So I just kind of have it like that. You guys can't really see, but like in real person, in real life, it's actually really good. And then I take my eyelash curler. This one's actually from e.l.f. It is such a good eyelash curler. Like, it's just as good as my like $15 and $20 ones that I've had, and this is like $3, I think. There's a hair stuck in it though. So I go at the very like root, and I like pulse, and then I go like more to the tip, and I pulse again, just to kind of give me like an extra. It's not showing up very good on camera, but I swear my eyelashes are a lot better. Okay, so now one thing that I have been doing more than what I usually don't do is brows. So I don't do a lot of brows because I think that I have pretty decent brows. I know like some people like this isn't their favorite look, but I don't mind it, and I don't feel like tweezing it or spending 15 minutes trying to do my brows. But I usually just like never did anything. Like sometimes I barely even spoolie through it. But now I've been loving the Essence Make Me Brow. And what I do is I don't like too much product on here because otherwise it just like gives this weird look. And I like take a lot of the product off the side of the brush. This Make Me Brow is getting a little bit old, so it's getting a little bit drier. I've only had it for a couple months. And then I just kind of, I especially work right here. Look who called me that. Hello? Okay, so I work, can you guys like see? Not really. So I work it really right here because I have less hair right there. And it's a lot more darker in real life. And then I just kind of spoolie it up a little bit. And this has product on it. And then I like go over. And then that's my brow. Let me like put the brightness down. So you guys can see it a little bit better. So that's my brow. And I just do it on the other side. My left brow is always better than my right brow, which is weird because my right brow hairs are a lot better than my left brow hairs. And this adds little fibers in, and it also adds color. So I should probably tweeze my brows, but that's fine. So I'm just gonna do the same thing. Voila! Not the best thing ever, but they still look good, and I like them, so that's all that matters. And I just threw my eyebrow product. I am going to actually go in with a beauty blender, which I know I said I don't use beauty blenders, but I have this like big huge beauty blender, and it's dry, and then I just tap in all the powder, so I don't have to wet it or anything, and I still have it, so I'm going to use it until it goes bad, because otherwise that's kind of a waste of money. And it's just a lot easier to have this than like a powder brush, because powder brushes, especially if they're a bit more prickly, they will take off the makeup that's underneath it. But this I'm just using to tap in all the powder. And now I'm going to go into like bronzer and contour. Usually what I've actually been using is this Wet n Wild contour stick, which I have been loving, but I already powdered. But I didn't powder on that spot yet. I don't think. No, I haven't powdered that yet. So I'm going to go in with this just right to give me a bit more of a contour. And I actually really like this product, and it's only a couple of dollars. And this Wet n Wild contour, and this is in the color Where's My Walnut. Definitely do not use this on top of powder. It's not very good. But as you guys saw, I didn't really powder like right on that area because I usually just try not to. You guys can see. And I just kind of rub it out. This actually works better if the beauty blender is dry. Oh my god, why does it look so bad on camera? Okay, let me bronze and it'll look better. But trust me, it looks a lot better in real life. It looks so bad on camera. Well, okay, so I'm going to go in with some butter bronzer. Love her the most. And I'm going to go in with a Luxie tapered highlight. This is for highlight, but I actually really like it for bronzer. So now I'm going to go into highlight. And I'm going to use the highlighting brush from that same collection. Is JS. Why can't I think? I think it's like Jennifer something. It's not Jennifer Stone. No. Like when I looked at her name, I was just like, oh my god, she has one. And then I'm also gonna go in with the Laura Gellar Gilded Honey. This was like the highlight of 2016. Like every beauty guru had this, and now it's like non-existent. But I still love her. You're still my friend. Sometimes I don't put on highlight, just if I want a bit more of a like more natural look. And I go right on the cheekbone, and then I kind of bring it down to the contour too, just to kind of blend it all together. Then I always put some on my nose, on my cupid's bow, because it looks so good. Extra I just put on my chin. And then last but not least, actually this isn't last, but that's fun, I'm going to go in with some blush. I'm going to go in with this butter blush. I go between this one and a Too Faced one, which is in the color Candy Glow. It's a Sweetheart blush. But this is the one I have in my bag right now. I don't know where the Too Faced one is. But this is a Natural Glow. Really pretty blush. Love her the most. I'm just gonna put blush. I love blush. Blush just looks so gorgeous. And when I first filmed this video, I was going for a bit more of this sunburn look, so I definitely put it a little bit more over my nose. And then on my forehead, and I just kind of brought blush everywhere just because I love blush. Blush is just so girly and gorgeous, and I just for lips, it really just ranges, but before I decide like what color I want or whatever for the day, or sometimes I just don't do a color, I'll go in with some lip balm. Today I'm going to go in with some Aquaphor, just because you want your lips to be smooth, you know? Oh my god, that was way too much. And then I always go in with some setting spray just to bring the moisture back into my face. I either go in with some Urban Decay All Nighter, or I go in with some Evian water. Right now what I have on hand is Urban Decay, so I'm just to bring the moisture back into my face. And I'm just gonna like be there. Okay, so this video is probably gonna be really long, but trust me, it only takes about, actually I timed myself multiple times. It takes me about 9 minutes and 51 seconds, between 11 minutes and 34 seconds to finish this makeup look. So it's actually pretty quick, but I did chit chat a lot throughout this video, so it's gonna be like a 20-minute video. Whoops. But yeah, so if you guys like this video, if you guys like this look, if you guys are gonna try this look, if you guys are gonna use any of the products that I use in this video, please give this video a thumbs up and comment down below if you use any of these products in your everyday life. And yeah, I love you guys. Bye. Hey guys! Oh. Young blood, see money, back in your life.